Hot Apostle. Help us build the kingdom. Like, share, and subscribe. So the prophet meets with Jeroboam. Jeroboam is one of Solomon's sons, okay? And what's the prophet gonna do? You read it a minute or heard it a moment ago, right? He's gonna take his cloak off and he's gonna cut it into 12 pieces. Now, what could those 12 pieces symbolize? The 12 tribes of Israel, okay? And he's gonna give 10 of them to Jeroboam. And the other two are gonna go, this would be a good trivia question. The other two are going to go to who? Rehoboam, okay, which is another son, okay? And these are going to be two separate kingdoms. You're going to have the kingdom of Israel to the north, and you're going to have the kingdom of Judah to the south. And they're going to, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to go to war. And these are God's chosen ones. These are God's children. These are the tribes of Israel. These are the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And they're going to go to war. And it's not going to be a short war. It's going to be long and long and long. In fact, the northern kingdom is going to turn out to be the Samaritans eventually. And the animosity is going to be so deep. So we see it happening. That's what's happening. This is the Book of Kings is a history book telling us about the unfolding of the division. And this is the background. The northern 10 tribes that are being cut away right now, and they're going to go into rebellion. That is going to be the background for many of Jesus' teachings, like the prodigal son that goes away to a distant country. Okay, that prodigal son is the 10 northern tribes in symbol. Okay, just trust me on that. Okay, because those 10 northern tribes are going to be taken into exile and scattered through all the world, and then they're going to come back. When are they going to come back? Are they going to come back when the Messiah comes to gather all the nations, to gather all peoples together? Anyway, so it's a very significant moment in the history of Israel. It's being prophesied right now in the Old Testament reading. Now, when I do a baptism, you know, one of the things that I say over the baby's lips and the baby's ears, I say, Ephphatha. And we heard what that means in the gospel today. What does it mean? Be opened. And then I pray a little prayer about, may the Lord touch your ears that you may hear his gospel, and may the Lord touch your lips that you may proclaim his praise. Those are little prayers I pray over the baby, okay? And I usually try to tell the parents, make sure you pray over your children, okay? Don't let me be the only person that's ever praying over this baby that he would hear the word of God and proclaim his praise. An interesting detail of the story also is that Jesus took him off by himself, away from the crowd. Now, I think about Manresa. Some of you are familiar with Manresa. What is that? It's taking you away from the crowd. So you can do what? So you can hear how the crowd drowns out the voice of God. There's more than one way to be blind, right? And there's more than one way to be deaf. You don't have to be physically deaf to be deaf to the Word of God. It can just be the noise of the world. So Jesus takes this man away from the crowd. But there's another dimension to the story. His friends that brought him to Jesus, encouraging him to be able to hear and speak. So, you know, today, whether you physically, you know, I went on vacation and I'm happy to be back, but it was good to be away. And there was a lot of silence, a lot of trying to hear. And so You know, my brothers and sisters, I would say to you, make sure you weave some silence into your life. And this beautiful little prayer of, Lord, touch my ears that I can hear. Touch my lips that I can proclaim your praise. Those words were prayed over you when you were just a tiny baby, most of you. You can pray them over yourself. Lord, touch my lips that I may proclaim your praise. Touch my ears that I may hear your voice.